Thank you. Well, it's a hard act to follow, Carl, who's done so much for the borough here. But I'm going to try. Tonight, it is my privilege to present the Lansdale Borough Economic Development Committee December Business of the Month. That recipient is, as you can all see, the Cannoneers Sportsman's Club. I've had several requests in my time here on the Economic Development Committee for them to receive this award, and they are certainly deserving of it tonight. The club is a social organization, but they've really developed a culture of contributing to the community and supporting so many various community organizations. They are truly an asset to us here in Lansdale. I'm going to touch on some of the things they do tonight, but first a little bit of history. The club was originally founded in 1946, the brainchild of a group of local ball players that got tired of hanging out in each other's homes and wanted a place to call their own. One of the homes they spent a great deal of time in on the 700 block of West 7th Street was Mr. Stanley Ram Smith, who was a big proponent to start forming this club. So the first location opened in 1946 above the Sunray Drug Store on Main Street in downtown Lansdale. For those of you who don't remember that, which I am one, that was located near the Railroad Plaza Park, where that is today. Unfortunately, that location was lost to a fire in the mid-1960s. That led them to their current location, which opened in 1967, and that is located at the corner of 5th and Cannon. Over the years, they've done quite a bit of work to that facility. In 1982, they added a banquet hall. In the past 8 to 10 years, they've completely remodeled the interior. And then perhaps the most noticeable, especially for those who aren't members, is the complete exterior renovation that they completed early this year. They took what was once a rather nondescript building and turned it into a very attractive and eye-catching landmark here in the borough of Lansdale. So the club has grown considerably since its inception. This year, they boast serving over 1,800 members this year alone. They are a membership-driven organization. So what do they do for their members? They have obviously a full-service bar in their social club. They also have a full-service kitchen. The kitchen serves lunches and dinners 7 days a week, and they add breakfast on the weekends. Now, this kitchen is one of the key pieces they use in supporting the community, various community organizations. They offer to all these organizations the availability to run fundraisers through this program. Groups are able to have pancake breakfast, cheeseburger lunches, or chicken parmesan dinner fundraisers. The club provides the facility, the kitchen and cooking staff, and they provide all the food at no charge to these groups. The only thing they ask is that these groups provide setup help, service, and cleanup help. They sell the tickets, and all the money they raise is theirs to keep for their fundraising endeavors. This year alone, I think they said the number they've done was 50 of these fundraisers, so that's a considerable amount of community support. They also run a catering service out of there that is available for everything from small to large parties. They sometimes use this, again, in their charitable endeavors, providing dinners this year for, most recently, the North Penn High School District Champion Football Team dinner, as well as they just recently served over 700 people for the Cannoneers Youth Sports end-of-year banquet. So they are capable. So food's not all, though. They also sponsor and contribute financially to a long list of area organizations. They did present me with a list that they came up with kind of off the cuff that they've contributed to this year, and there's over 40 different organizations on here. I won't read them all for time's sake, but just to name a few, groups such as the North Penn Valley Girls Softball Association, Man on Main Street, Lansdale Library, Laughs in the Beer Festival they're a big sponsor of, Cub Scout, Girl Scout troops, the Lansdale Hometown Hero Banner Program, the robotics programs from Lansdale Catholic and North Penn High School, Fairmount Fire Company, Lansdale Festival of the Arts, and the list goes on. They also offer, I think it's 4 scholarships they're up to now to graduating seniors from either North Penn or Lansdale Catholic High Schools. So they're heavily involved. But perhaps what they're most known for is their youth sports programs. The Cannoneers baseball organization offers programs for teams from the Connie Mack League up through senior men's baseball, so that's not even youth. But so the baseball is a big part of what they do. But perhaps the biggest is the youth football and cheer program, and I'm sure you've seen many of the pictures if you've been watching the presentation of the various football and cheerleaders that participate in these activities. This year alone, they had about 300 kids in the program, which is down a little bit from their peak, but it's still pretty impressive considering all the options available to our kids today. So kudos to them. These programs help, are sometimes our kids' first introduction to team sports, and it's really an integral part of developing the youth in this community. So our hats off to them. Now, it's hard to touch on all that they do for the community, but I think we can all agree that they're a true asset for us here in the Borough of Lansdale, and it is my privilege to award them with this honor tonight. So if I could ask the president of the club, Mr. Mark Snyder, Izzy, to come up to receive this award. I know I missed some things.
No, not really. You did pretty good.
All right. I don't know if you want to introduce any of the group that you brought with you.
Yes, I would like to. The first thing I want to say, though, is that when we first heard we might get this, there was just one word that every board member said when I said that, and it was, wow. It really was. It was like, this is such a great thing for us to be a part of the community and a part of the business part of the community, and it's nice that we get recognized for it, and we really appreciate it. So I do have some of the board members here tonight. If they want to stand up, when I say Mick Wynn is here. Some of you guys know Mick. I know that. He's the treasurer. Doug Shadle is a trustee. Frank Slover is a trustee. If I go down to the other end, I have Rick Palmerio. He's Sergeant at Arms, and he's the steward of the club. So he runs the business part of it, and usually here's how things go over there. If things go good, I take credit for it. If things get screwed up, then I throw Ricky under the bus. So have Eddie Shear as a trustee. Casey Booz is a new trustee for us. She's just coming on board as a trustee, and Dave Hockman. They're all board members. And then the other thing really I want to say is that was a great presentation up there, and I know what you saw is a lot of, and the thing that's good about it was kids. And I know a lot of it was Cannoneers football, but there is a lot of other kids that we take care of too. The robotics thing has really been a big thing with us, and it's really nice. Both high schools are involved, so that's a good thing too. It's not just one or the other. So, but what I want to say on behalf of myself, on behalf of the board members, our employees, and the over 1,800 members that we have at that club is thank you. And we are proud to get this and to be a part of the Lansdale business family. And you have our continued support on anything the borough would want to do that we could help with, or other businesses. I mean, I see people here. We helped Ann's here, and we've helped her with the flags, with the banners and stuff like that. And Mr. Henning's here. I spent some money over at his place recently. There you go. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're very proud of this, and you'll see this when you walk in the door. You'll see this hanging. So thank you very much.